Well, the backlash against a prestigious Sydney school has intensified over its decision to become fully co-educational by 2033. Parents and former students gathered at Newington College to express their frustration at the move.
Stakeholders weren't properly gauged for what they felt, and we feel the process was a sham.
Well, I'm an old boy of the school, and my son is also an old boy. And the intention was always that I'd have a grandson, but I won't bring him to a co-ed school.
Basically, they've been selling the parents a lie for many years.
I'm joined by one of those parents now, Victoria Phillips, whose two boys go to the school. Victoria, thanks so much for your time. Why is this such an emotional move by Newington?
Well, look, before I answer that question, could I just speak to some of the comments made by your speaker, your interviewee, the Environment and Water Minister?
Sure.
When she said that this was actually a decision for the school. I take issue with that when we are fee-paying parents who have signed our sons up to a boys' school, right? I mean, not one of the parents you would speak to would suggest at any point that they're against co-education. No way, that's not the case. They just chose to send their sons to a boys' school.
I think what she was saying is it's a matter for the school rather than government. Are you saying that you'd like government intervention?
I'm saying that the voice of the parents and the voice of the students needs to be heard. And that's why you saw that protest that you played earlier, because their voices haven't been heard. The silent majority here have not been heard. So that's why people are emotional. It's about consent and it's about choice. And those two things have been taken away from parents at Newington.
Victoria, it is about choice. You could send your children to another school. Is that something that you've considered?
Look, of course, I could send my child to any school, but I chose to send both of my sons to a boys' school.
Yes, and it will remain a boys' school while your two sons are there. It's
going to remain
correct?
A boys' school because we are going to make sure it remains a boys' school.
Yes, but I'm talking about while your children are there, because this change wouldn't have happened.
It's going to stay a boys' school because we've come off the fence. We've given the school every chance to speak with us, explain why they've made these changes, and they haven't. They haven't explained anything in a sensible manner. There's been no meaningful consultation, and we have now come off the fence. We are basically ramping up, and we are going to win this.
The school doesn't think so. Where does your confidence come from?
That's up to them. That's up to them. Look, I've basically, over the course of the last week, I've actually had to take leave today because this has become so heated. I am speaking to literally hundreds of people. Since I've been on your programme, I've had 50 new WhatsApp messages coming in. I've been in meetings with old boys, with parents. I've heard from my own sons on the issue. Just look at the TikTok footage that is now flying around the internet, and you will see that this is not going away. And the school are not, and I'm talking about the school council here. I'm talking about Mr. Tony McDonald, who is the chairman, and I'm talking about his council. Okay, the headmaster, that's not an issue. It's a school council's decision that is being challenged, and we are going to have it reversed.
Yes, it wouldn't affect your sons though. So why are you so emotionally invested
It will affect my sons because...
But these changes aren't till after 2030. Would your sons still be at the school?
A school like Newington isn't just about the here and now. It's about the 160 years history, tradition and culture, and it's about the future. The reason I'm able to come on your show now is because I have the backing of the old boys from that school. Okay,
how much power do the old boys actually have?
Look, at the end of the day, they have a lot of commitment, they have passion, and they love this school. And so do we, and that's why I'm here. And I'm sorry for being emotional, but I'm speaking as a parent that's directly affected by this.
Why are you so emotional?
Because I love the school, and I signed up to a school that had a clear vision to provide a respected, internationally respected education, which was focused and tailored around the specific needs and educational requirements of boys. That's what I was told. When they took me around the school, they said to me, look at these ergonomic chairs. What 13-year-old boy doesn't swing on the back of a chair? Why is it that our days are structured in 40-minute intervals? Because boys are boisterous. They need to release themselves. They need to move about freely. So that is why I chose to send my sons to Newington. And I relocated from the UK in order to do that. It was a prime driver for our relocation to the UK to send our boys to this particular school.
Could I just ask why the admission of girls would change what you've just detailed, ergonomic chairs or, 40-minute structures? Is that really going to fundamentally
Look,
change
I know people
things?
are trying to frame this narrative as a co-ed debate. If this school was so concerned about
isn't it a co-ed debate?
They're not consulting girls. They're not consulting girls. MLC, PLC are girls' schools. They are sister schools of Newington. They do collaborative musical performances, theatrical productions. They have a combined cadet force. These girls have been deprived of a voice.
But what is the problem? I'm just trying to understand the fundamental issue of having girls and boys.
There is no problem with co-education. Co-education is great if your child is suited to that. If your child wants co-education.
But you don't want it at Newington?
No, correct. Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Okay. If I could just put one last question to you, Victoria, because I went to an all-girls school, my brother went to an all-boys school, and we both loved it.
I went to a co-ed school, and I loved it. And
actually, there you go.
I went to a boys' school that took girls in sixth form, and I loved it. But that was my decision. It was my choice, and it's what my parents signed me up to.
And it's still your choice, by the way. You don't have to keep your
So you want me to
boys
pull my kids out and find a new co-ed school because it's my choice? Is that what you're saying? I mean, why would you join?
I'm just saying there's choice on both sides.
Why would you join a boys' school? What arrogance to think you sign up to a boys' school and then you require it to become a co-educational institution.
Well, they're not doing it for another 10 years. They're not doing it for another 10 years.
Well, should I just sort of shrug my shoulders and say, yeah, carry on regardless? I don't care. When lines have been crossed that matter deeply to people, people get emotional, people get angry, and I'm afraid because the school have just not consulted, not listened, no regard to conciliation, that is where we are now.
Well, your points have been made very clearly this morning. We appreciate your time, Victoria.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.